Alrighty. I'm just now realizing I haven't turned on the thing yet. Wait a minute. There we go. Welcome to episode 10, the big 1-0 booze hype. Can we get some booze hype in the chat? Let's get some booze hype going. And Ron is on again, correct. Ron is back for I don't even know what number. He'll be able to tell you whenever I mute him in a second. They're starting Booze off strong with that red point up. Sickleys wants him to win. He never is on, but we're starting with okay. Wow, Ron at the disadvantage and Booze at the advantage. Anyways, welcome to episode 10. We have a bit of a tiny bit smaller show tonight, and what I mean by smaller, we instead of having 12 questions like we normally do, we have 10, and that's because we're nearing the end of our season, our content season. We're starting to slow up a little bit in terms of topics to talk about, so we're just gonna gradually make our shows a little bit shorter until we go into our off season until season 2 comes back, whenever THL comes back. And also I'm really tired, so let's talk to our special guests tonight, starting with Mr. Monday and Tuesday himself. Ron, how are you doing tonight?
What's up, Mako? I'm assuming you unmuted me at some point while I was talking there, but
I
happy to
muted
be
you
here.
just now when I asked you how you were doing. So if you were talking before,
Nice.
nothing.
Nice. Happy to be here, man. It is now my 7th out of 10. That is right. 70% of the Around the Saloon episodes feature yours truly, Ron Mexico. I am excited to be here as always to talk about some wizard poker and what is going on in the world of Hearthstone. Let's do this thing.
Alrighty. Um, Diamond's starting with a point up as well. Before we get to our new additions, Corridon, you're a two-timer now. How are you doing?
Yeah, second time back, doing well. I'm hoping I made it to the finals last time,
You
so
did.
hopefully I can take that coveted crown. Can't come shooting for old Ronnie boy there.
Ooh. He's been on 7 times, but he's only won twice, so
That's what I mean. That's
Hey.
win
I got a
rate's low.
pretty good chance. The odds are in my favor.
They definitely are. We have two newcomers. One of them is not new to the team, just first time on the show, but we also have a new to the team comer, which is Diamond. Diamond, how are you doing tonight?
Doing good. Thanks for having me on. I've always been in the chat and I'm on the show, so it's a nice change of pace.
Yeah, it's almost like, as people are being unable to be on the show and I have to find someone, I think who is in the chat every Monday and then go to those people first. That's why I went to Justin last time I needed an extra person. And saving the best for last, the one, the only, the man, the myth, the legend, the person who has been on the crew since the inception, but has not been on the show until literally just now. Booze, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on. I know some people thought I was not gonna be able to make it tonight, but guess what? I'm here and I'm ready to get the dub.
All right. Booze is excited to get that dub. Let's start off with our first question. We're getting right into the mulligan phase, and we're starting things off like we always start them off with a battlegrounds question. And I'm gonna keep talking, and I'm gonna keep stalling, and that's because I forgot to change the visuals here. So, like I said, battlegrounds question, and there it is, looking beautiful. Nope, not there yet. Now we're here. So, battlegrounds is a game mode that I don't personally enjoy, but I know a lot of people do, and I know that with the inception or the introduction of the Dark Moon prizes and the Dark Moon Fair expansion, Battlegrounds got like a new kind of reinvigoration of life. and a lot of people were really hyped about these prizes, but they are gone. And a lot of people were sad about this. So my question to you, and we'll start with Ron and we'll go clockwise just like we always do to start. Does Battlegrounds need a permanent spell concept like the Dark Moon prizes? Doesn't have to be exactly, Dark Moon prizes, but do they need something like the Dark Moon prizes in the game?
Absolutely, they do. Battlegrounds was a lot of fun with the prizes. And you know what? Since they got rid of the prizes, I played Battlegrounds maybe like twice. And I was like, where the hell are my prizes? What is this game mode? This sucks. And I stopped playing it. So, we gotta get something new and cool that's like an interesting like addition to Battlegrounds that adds more than just the base gameplay itself. Maybe it's prizes, maybe it's something else. But right now, I'm just upset that I don't get my prizes unless I pick
Mhm.
Ticketus, because you always pick Ticketus. He's the best.
True. I forgot about that. You still get the prizes with Ticketus. So yeah, good point. Booze, what do you think?
Well, I played a lot of Battlegrounds before the prizes. I played a lot of Battlegrounds after the prizes, and I do think that they need some kind of spell concept, which is why I think they should introduce spell schools. Like one spell could be like Arcane, another one could be Holy, Nature, Shadow, and so on. And I think it would make Battlegrounds a very interesting and unique type of play.
Yeah, no, I think this is the perfect time to do something like that as well, since they're introducing spell schools into standard, or into, the normal Hearthstone format. This would be a good time, just kind of, like what they were doing with Dark Moon races. Diamond.
Yeah, I think in general, so we have the similar meta that was before the prizes, and it's the exact same. So I think once we get the expansion, we'll have new minions obviously as well. But I think maybe each expansion there's like some sort of like spell thing that's maybe there's a mini set or something that happens. But I think a general shakeup of maybe new tribe, like you guys talked about last week, I
Mhm.
think that will shake things up because right now it's just the same as before the prizes. And I think the prizes were cool, and I think with Battlegrounds they will develop something similar in the future.
So basically, Battlegrounds went from meta to cool new post-prize meta to back to previous meta.
Basically, that's when I
Wow,
played. I was like, wait, where are my fun stuff? And now there's no fun stuff. It's just mixed stats. That's
sounds
boring.
boring. It sounds like a pre-Rustwick life that I don't want to return to. Corridon.
Yeah, no, I don't think they need to add something like this permanently. I think they're making Battlegrounds as good as they can. They're introducing Quillbores as its own standalone thing. I think if you just keep reintroducing spell concepts like prizes and things at the end of every turn or every four, you just get repetitive. And everyone's going to expect another spell thing each expansion or each rotation. And I think it's just going to get even worse and stale. I really do think that with the introduction of the Quillbores, which is its own minion type, you're probably going to see more hero powers, new hero powers that are going to interact with Quillbores. And I think getting new minion types are better than having spell damage or something like that, spell interaction, because of characters like the Rat King, who do really well with a majority of new minions. You can use things and do a little different ways. So I think introducing new minion types and new heroes is actually better than just introducing the same spell concept over and over
Hmm.
again.
Okay, okay. Um, yeah, a little bit different from the rest of the pack here. Interesting. I mean, and it's not even a face or trade question, like Dranium pointed out in chat here. Let's move on to something we were talking about literally right before the show started, and I told everyone to go on mute, and that is, oh, we're done with BGs now, so we'll just make it a thing. Mako doesn't like BGs; he doesn't like talking about it. Blizzard back in beta, the Hearthstone beta, a lot of questions were posed towards the Team 5 team, Blizzard team, whichever they were posing them to, about if they would be incorporating characters from other Blizzard IPs such as Diablo or StarCraft, or I guess now Overwatch. I mean, when it was starting, that wasn't, a question because Overwatch wasn't really a thing. It was like basic whatever. Um, and they said that that's something that's not off the table. But we are now 7 years, I think, into Hearthstone's lifespan, and we haven't seen anything like this. So the question now that I have for you, and we're gonna go in reverse order, starting with Cord and back up to Ron. Should Blizzard incorporate other IPs into Hearthstone? And when I don't mean just any IPs, I'm talking about obviously Blizzard IPs. So Diablo and StarCraft or Overwatch or stuff like that.
Yeah, I think it'd be really cool. I used to play a lot of Heroes of the Storm, and I think some of my favorite stuff was being able to play as every hero that you kind of wanted to, seeing Diablo go up against really anyone you wanted to, against Uller, against it was really cool. I think everyone knocks around Monk, obviously, as the most recent one that they're looking to see and they're drooling over. I don't know how recent we'll see another one, which we just saw Demon Hunter. So I don't think we're going to see anything come out too crazy because, well, Demon Hunter just came out and they're still having kind of problems with that. And the cool thing with Demon Hunter is they made its hero power cost 1, so you have to find a cool way to interact with it. People are going to play it because it's the new hot thing and they're going to make it work. And I think it'd be really cool to do it. So I think so. I think like Monk would be cool. I think Overwatch would be cool to get a couple of those guys in. There's so much to use within Hearthstone and within Blizzard itself. It doesn't just have to be WoW centric.
Okay, hold on, Gordon. I like the points you're making here, but I'm getting news that whoever is pretending to be Booze here is not actually Boozosaurus.
I mean,
What?
I
No
don't
way.
know about that.
What do you
No
mean?
way.
I'm right here.
I see him right there.
I see the dino too, but I just got a message from Booze's Discord account, and it
What?
says, and
Oh,
he's
I
in
got hacked.
Twitch.
I got hacked. That's not my Discord account.
Is
Don't
that
listen
you
to
in
it.
Twitch too?
Yeah.
Why am I getting 2 messages then?
I'm just having a laugh.
You
Just
what?
ignore it.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt the show.
Okay. Whoa. Okay. Hold
Whoa.
on. What is
Whoa.
happening?
Whoa.
Who is this imposter?
Okay.
Oh,
Hold on.
that's me. That's me and my other Discord account.
Hold on. Guys, I can't tell the difference. I see 2 dinosaurs and I don't know which one's real.
I don't know. You two sound identical to me.
What's
Yeah.
happening?
Who is this imposter?
It's the same person.
I'm Cord now.
Okay, I can see the person now.
Yes, I'm Ron.
Get out of here. Let's kick this person out.
Whoa, hold up. You haven't heard my take yet. I'm
Okay.
Boozosaurus. I love Destiny, and I think Blizzard should incorporate Destiny and Call of Duty into Hearthstone.
You know what? I like where he's going with that, though.
Yeah.
I like it.
Okay. Well, I'm glad we got rid of that imposter, whoever he was, and we can welcome the actual real Boozosaurus in here. Anyways, let's keep it going. Booze with actual power now, whose power definitely wasn't out for the past hour and a half.
Yeah, not even. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Definitely not. So, but let me give you the question while I kick it to Diamond. The question that we're talking about now is, should Blizzard incorporate other Blizzard IPs into Hearthstone? Diamond.
Yes, but I don't think we need to do that for a while, unless it's like maybe a mini set or something. I don't know how much World of Warcraft there is, but there seems like there's a lot more that can be done with World of Warcraft. But I think definitely something like, I've been playing Overwatch recently, maybe like I could just imagine an Overwatch game board, and that's the most interesting thing to me, honestly. Because I know they've done stuff with card backs and stuff, but like maybe different heroes or abilities with a crossover could be cool. But I think WoW has a lot more to offer.
They
So, yeah.
do have a lot more to offer. I would like to see the guy from the South Park episode become his own hero. I think that would be wonderful, right?
Yeah.
A nice homage.
Yes, exactly. He recently
Yeah.
passed, so it would be a beautiful homage. Booze. What are your thoughts here? The real Booze. Can the real Booze please stand up? Tell me your thoughts.
So I think with Hearthstone being obviously the Heroes of Warcraft, it obviously incorporates a lot of World of Warcraft lore and a lot of the characters from there. However, when they started introducing characters like the Saviors, so like Reno, Elise, all them, they are not in WoW to my knowledge. Um, and I think it would honestly be pretty cool if they did kind of like a mini expansion with some of the Overwatch heroes, things like that, and kind of just make it all Blizzard. Even though it is Heroes of Warcraft, like do like kind of an event
Well,
where you can have limited time cards.
Didn't they drop that name, the Heroes of Warcraft? Because
Yeah.
it just says Hearthstone now, right? So I think they dropped the Heroes of Warcraft part, right?
Give me a minute to do some research, but I believe
Whoa.
you may be correct.
Research and Mulligan.
Wait a minute. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they dropped the Heroes of Warcraft, which would open it up because if it did, yeah, Jamie's is saying they did. So if it did say Heroes of Warcraft, yeah, no, I understand that argument for sure. But since they've dropped it, I think that definitely opens up, the floodgates for possibilities. Like, I'll let Ron talk
Mhm.
because I think I know what he's gonna say. But yeah, no, Heroes of Warzone, yes,
Heroes of Warzone sounds pretty good.
yep. Blue. Why am I saying blue? I was looking at the color. Ron.
Nice. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm just gonna take a like purist take on this one, but I really like the lore aspect that Hearthstone has, and they've kind of centered it around specifically WoW. Hearthstone itself is supposedly like, I guess, taking place in some kind of tavern inside the WoW universe where you just show up and you play like games that are associated with the existing universe that you all somehow cohabit. It's like a weird concept, but it's kind of fun. It's just like playing the tavern with like this thing with all the WoW heroes that actually exist, and it would I wouldn't be totally opposed to them incorporating other Blizzard IPs. Feel like they'd need to be extremely careful with how they handle it. You don't just want to throw in things that make like zero sense or like shatter the entire reality of like how these heroes are existing right now. Like that'd be kind of weird, right? Like somebody shows up in a spaceship all of a sudden and these dudes who are fighting with swords and shields are like, whoa, holy shit. But somehow like the guy in the spaceship is somehow balanced with like the dude with the sword and shield. Like, no, I'm sorry. That card is always gonna win. Like you can't have rock, paper, scissors and someone shows up with nuke. I'm pretty sure nuke beats all three of those things. So like you gotta be super careful with how you balance that, all right? Just take it easy. And we got like a ton of Hearthstone and WoW things that they haven't even used yet. They've also shown the capability to introduce their own original characters like the League of Explorers and the League of Evil and so on. I it could happen and it might be cool, but if they do it, just be really cautious and don't just like screw up your whole game in other aspects. It'd be weird.
Yeah, no, I understand where you're coming from, and that may be, one of the reasons why they haven't done it is because either they're putting that focus on, okay, well, we can just introduce new characters that would fit inside the WoW like lore, whatever, the WoW world, um, or they're talking about, like you said, like, we want this to make sense, but at the same time, isn't this also supposed to be like characters from the game of Hearthstone playing a card game in a tavern, right? It's like the cards don't have to technically, logistically make a ton of sense. It would have to be the heroes, right? Like if you had a hero that was like, some fucking spaceman, that wouldn't make a whole lot of sense why they'd be coming in and playing. But I guess it wouldn't make a whole lot of sense why they would have cards with these spacemen on them either. I don't know. Who
It's the
knows?
multiverse of Hearthstone.
The
That's
multiverse.
it. It's the multiverse of Hearthstone. That's it, right? That's all you need to do. Blizzard drops the mini set, multiverse of Hearthstone, and that's how they get Diablo and Overwatch and all these guys into it.
Expand your mind. Get those Call of Duty cards in there, right?
Easy.
Run around with an AK-47.
Turn your hero power into a gun.
What was the guy, Desmond Troy from Thor? He's got the 2 AKs and full body armor. It's like Boulay running around with 2 AKs.
Your hero power makes you akimbo.
There we
Yeah.
go.
That'd be pretty sick.
But they
Dual
try to make it
weapons.
balanced so it has like 2 attack and like hits into some like weak little 3 health thing, and like the 3 health thing survives. And it's like, what? How? How?
Yeah.
Gun does not beat River Croc.
River Croc is a beast.
River Croc beats all.
Anyways, let's talk Masters Tour. So the Masters Tour finished yesterday. I told myself earlier, I was like, I'm gonna have the winner's name in front of me so I could say it whenever I introduce the Masters Tour questions, and I don't. So if anyone remembers the name of the winner, help me out here. But
It was
Xiao Bai.
Xiao Bai, wasn't it?
Or I think I mispronounced it as Xiao Bai.
there you go.
I know-
Bye.
Zhao some, I can't pronounce the last, but it was Zhao
It's
something.
KZGXIAOBAI.
Yeah.
Okay,
it's a
all
lot.
But I
all
think
we
the
know-
KZG is
Yeah.
the team.
All we
First
know
Probably
is
either
that it
Xiao
wasn't,
Bai or Xiao Bai.
It wasn't NA.
it wasn't Kalis
It was not
Luna,
NA.
and it wasn't Neji or
It was not.
McBanterface or any of our THL
Or
players.
McBanterface, yeah.
Yep. So,
Sad.
anyways, let's
Or
just
back
talk
and
about
forth.
Masters Tour for a second. Let's talk about your own personal favorite moments. Let's not get into any of the nitty gritty details. I just want you to tell me, what was your favorite Masters Tour Iron Forge moment? Oh shit. Booze. Let's start with Booze.
So honestly, for a long time I've been watching the Hearthstone scene, and Maverick has always been one of my like favorite people. I believe he won DreamHack a few years ago. I think he was the guy who won it with Control Warrior when Control Warrior really wasn't that popular. And just watching him make it to the finals, even though he didn't end up winning, was super cool. Also the pre-smears, because it gave me time to do other things.
I think it was Donde who tweeted out that he did like a workout on this treadmill, and
Yeah, he had the
got
option of like
80%
I think it
through
was
pre-smear.
2/3, yeah, 80% of a pre-smear or 3 Hades runs or something,
Yeah.
which is pretty accurate.
Yeah, it sounds accurate to me. Corden.
Honestly, my favorite parts of Iron Forge wasn't really the gameplay and everything, which was fine and everything. It was the community and the THL chat following each other and just hyping each other up. Like I saw so many people like praising like Neji Boston and McBanterface and Luna, and it was really cool because I am newer to the Discord. I mean, I've been here for about 2 years, but I just loved watching everybody in the community kind of hype each other up and make sure everyone knew where they were and follow them on Donkey's site and stuff. So I really liked that. I watched it. I will wait for another question to pop up to say why I didn't watch a lot of it. That's pretty much all I have to say because I did watch it. I enjoyed it. I felt it was really control-y, so I have a new baby and I can't really watch too much right now. So yeah.
That's fair. Yeah, no, I get that. I appreciated everybody following it because as the person who was tweeting out everyone's updates and who couldn't follow it, having people just send it to me and I could just copy it into a tweet just really helped me out. Ron.
All right. My favorite moment, Jimmy Eat Shoes. Kalis Luna was on stream, the official like Blizzard stream, playing a match. It was Priest versus Warlock. And I can't actually remember who he was playing against, but Kalis Luna gets the Ticketus as Priest, corrupts the Ticketus, plays Ticketus, then Rays Dead, and gets the Ticketus again, corrupted by the way, and plays it again. Oh, it was beautiful. Normally I wouldn't be such a fan of that happening because I'm not like a big fan of Priest, but I am a big fan of Kalis Luna, and that was just absolutely fantastic to watch. The double Ticketus on the Ticketus Warlock was it was so dirty, and it was like a huge thing to happen in a really important game that just kept Kalis Luna moving on, and that was pretty cool to see.
You know, I was rooting for him the entire time, but it irked me as I was watching it because as someone who loves to play Ticketus Warlock and as someone who has seen this happen to them before in ladder matches, there's nothing more tilting than seeing your opposing priest steal your ticketus and just burn your entire deck, and you're like, that was my job, and then you have nothing left. Diamond.
All right, my favorite Masters moment, which I didn't expect to. So I was watching Top 8, and there's this guy named Trahisian, and he's always Zhao Wang. It was game 5, and this guy was so stressed. He was like this the entire time, and he just kept making all these expressions. And like every tournament I've seen, there's another guy I used to watch called Physics King who like he milled someone's entire priest deck because he had Circle and Cleric, and he just was laughing. That's also my favorite part about watching these, of seeing the player cam and how they react. And this guy was just like he's counting Zeph lethal on his fingers. I was laughing as well because I was like, that's kind of funny, but also just like I've related because when I'm on street, not on stream matches, I'm also just counting, looking, and just the stress. So I was with him on that emotional journey, and he gained himself a fan. Also, fun fact about his name. His name was
about to
Ombre.
bring that up.
His name was Ombre because it was his girlfriend's, like, something was makeup, but then they broke up, so then he changed his name to Troyson. I just find that story very funny.
Yes, which I saw in like French. I think it was French means like traitor or something like that. So
Yeah.
it's beautiful.
Yeah.
We have one more question in the mulligan phase, and we're going to talk about card reveals. So they start tomorrow, actually. I don't know what time they start tomorrow. Probably, I don't know, probably in the morning at some point. But they're doing all of the card reveals in the span of a week. I think the last one is on the 22nd.
Yeah.
As far as like community ones go, so you're looking at like 6 days of card reveals, and then probably like a reveal stream on the 23rd or 4th or something. I don't know. I don't know about that part. But I want to pitch it to you, and I want you to tell me what your most anticipated card reveal is based on the tiny little portrait preview that they give us. And we'll start with Corridon.
So I actually looked really long and hard into this one. And my favorite one is March 18th at 1 p.m. He's got a handful of sand. Now, you could take this a couple of different ways. You could take it as like time running out, the sand slipping through his fingers. But the way I like to look at it is it's the barren, it's the wastelands, and this person is, he's down and he's out, and he's pulling that sand into his hand. He's getting real angry and just really just pulling that sand up to for his last final fight. Maybe has the frenzy new tag on it because he's just about to go into a frenzy, get right through it. So that's the one I like. You could take it a couple different ways, and I that's the one I really pulled me in.
All right, Diamond.
Yeah, so I chose the card that's actually the first one's going to be revealed on tomorrow at noon. It's this weird, like, belt-looking thing, and it reminds me of Kazakus, because I know all the Highlander effects are rotating, and we could get maybe a Kazakus too, and that's pretty exciting, because I didn't get to play with Kazakus when he came out, so I think, and he'd be the only Highlander effect that would be out at the time, so maybe it's more balanced and fair, but I think that'd be pretty interesting to see, since all the Saviors of Uldum and Dragon Queens rotating out.
I didn't get to play with Kazakus either, so I would actually really like that as well. Ron.
Now, Wild is just super excited about more Highlander cards, right? One of these days, we're going to have an all 30, all Highlander effects deck. Excited to see it. But for the card for the reveal, the one I'm most hyped about, it's got to be March 17th, 6 p.m. You recognize the face. You know who that is. Oh, it's Finja. Finja's coming back. Finja, for those who may not remember, was like I can't remember the mana cost, but a 2/4 stealth Murloc that when he either attacked or killed something, I can't even remember what he did exactly, but like he would summon more Murlocs from your deck. Dude was fantastic. All right, mainly he's a Murloc ninja, and we need more of that. And like even the low roll here is that it's not Finja, but it's a different Murloc ninja. I'm here for that too. You can't go wrong.
Even if it's not Finja, as long as it's a Murloc ninja, I'm content. Booze.
So I was actually very close to saying the exact same one Ron said, because I am very excited for Mr. Murloc Ninja. However, I decided that the one on March 18th at 10 p.m. Eastern Time I think is the time. That one is the one I'm most hyped for. It's a cute little adorable Murloc looking thing, and I am always down for some cute looking adorable Murloc things. The cute arts are the best arts.
That's I agree. I agree with that. So I actually have a question. So March 16th at 3 p.m. So tomorrow at 3 p.m. This I feel like 90% chance this is a Quillbore person, but part of me just has this like feeling that this is Huffer, and I know it's not, but from the top of the head, I just get this vibe that this is a Huffer solo card, and I'm just gonna keep the optimism flowing, and I'm gonna speak it into his existence, and I feel like Ron is with me here. Ron, if we
Hell
just
yeah,
say
3
that
mana,
that's a
4/2
Huffer,
charge, just actual Huffer. Let's do
Well, they got to
this.
make up for a Quillbore,
We
right?
never needed Animal Companion. It'll be a spell though.
no, it
It'll
doesn't
be
have
a
to be a
3 mana
Quillbore.
spell that just
Huffer,
summons Huffer.
Huffer could be roaming the Barrens, right? Like it's
Uh,
a like a warthog, like that. They could be in the like Barrens
Actually,
area,
yeah,
right?
let's buff him. Let's make him 2 mana.
Make him a
2 mana,
Quillbore
4/2 charge.
This is why they
Huffer.
rotated Animal Companion just for the standalone
just for
Huffer
this.
card.
Yeah.
Yes,
The
exactly. It's a
standalone Huffer
Amazing.
legendary Huffer card. All right.
Huffer 2.0.
Yes. So we are going to exit the Mulligan phase, and we are going to decide if we want to go face or if we're going to trade. So, well, for most of you, you're going to decide if you want to go face or you're going to trade. For Ron, it's going to be I'm going to decide how I'm going to go face and defend it. So let's
Yes.
talk about. So every once in a while, when I struggle for topics and questions, I go to the most trusted source on the internet, being Reddit. So I scrolled through the Hearthstone subreddit today, just kind of like getting ideas for topics, and I came across the post. And it was a post with no upvotes, but I thought it was very, very intriguing as a concept. And I think that it could be expanded on, and potentially this person could have been onto something. So they brought up the idea of something called a legendary bundle. They said that they never spend any money in the game because they feel like they're not getting their money's worth. Yes, thank you, Justin. They're not getting their money's worth. Because they're getting, when you open packs, you really don't feel like you just paid like your 40 dust came back to you in a good return. So they said, I don't spend a lot of money, and I don't feel like I'm being competitive because I don't have the money to spend, but I would spend money if Blizzard offered some sort of quote unquote legendary bundle that was a bundle of cards that came with a actual bundle of legendaries from the new expansion, not just like one free legendary for pre-ordering the big expansion, but like 40 packs and then like 5 or 6 legendaries from the expansion or something like that. So my question to you, hearing from someone who doesn't spend money in the game, who would be open to it if something like this existed for only $120, yeah, I'm sure. Ron, do you think that, I guess I'll put it in a statement because we're in face or trade, the addition of a legendary bundle or something similar to that just offers legendary cards at like an upfront cost would bring new players into the game?
Oh yeah, I'm going face. For sure, 100%. So listen, legendary bundle, actually it's like not a bad idea because you can there's so many times, there's so much frustration around like the bad RNG that you would get from you get all these packs and you just wind up missing over and over on the legendaries, and your pity timer's going to go off eventually. But especially if you're like free to play and you're just saving up gold for packs, you really just never get to that point where you're going to hit that pity timer if you're super low on gold. Like it's going to take multiple other things to get there. But and you might not want to feel like, hey, there's not even any point in spending money because it's still just random from the packs anyway. This kind of decreases a slight element of the loot box system, which I don't know if Blizzard ever necessarily wants to change that. That is like the biggest moneymaker that they have. It's ridiculous. It's like not allowed allowed in certain countries because it's just straight up gambling, and like they have to do workarounds with like runestones and stuff. But like just in general, like a small kind of thing, like an olive branch to some players who are like, hey, I'd actually spend money if you made it a little less, I don't know, high rolly or RNG based, that I could get some of the things that I really want to get instead of just, oh, hope you get it. Oh, well, oh, sorry, you got a legendary, but it's the wrong one. You're gonna have to dust that for 1/4 value and hope that you get another one that you want or accumulate enough dust later on. Like this, just a little bit. Like it's not even like you're naming which specific legendaries you get. It's random what legendaries you get, but it takes a little bit of the randomness out that would be really nice for people. And if they're saying, hey, I'd spend money on this, then they should probably do it. Granted, it got 0 upvotes, so maybe there's not a
Well,
whole
I
lot
mean,
of
to be fair, I
support.
saw it like right when it was posted because I was also going through new, so I don't know. Maybe it's in the front page of the subreddit now. Who knows?
Hey, nice.
Who knows? Gordon.
Um, I kind of, it's weird because this one I kind of agree with and I don't agree with. I think I have to trade this one. I don't think giving people a bundle that's just going to give them like X amount of legendaries is really going to be the best because, like Ron said, they're random. So maybe you want that one legendary, and think of how many legendaries come out in expansion and how many are actually used or viable in certain decks. If you feel bad that you're spending money and then you get 5 legendaries that are unusable, and then you just do your 1/4 dusting and then you get that one legendary, I guess that means you're okay and you're happy with that, but you're still at square one. You still spent X amount of dollars. I think a bundle that gave somebody an actual viable deck. I know that after 120 days, if you're not in hard, get a bunch of cards that are viable. So I think a bundle that maybe actually provided something that was um, more intuitive, that more cards can go to more places, because legendaries really, unless they're standard, I guess, or standard neutral legendaries, and you don't want to play that one deck that you have character, then it's tough. If you don't have the cards to support it, it doesn't really matter what legendaries you have because you're just not going to have the cards to support those legendaries you get. So I think building a bundle that would invite newer players in, that's based around giving more cards that are more build around than just saying, here's a shiny legendary, you can be happy now.
Okay, good points. Booze.
So I am gonna have to go face on this one. I'm having to agree with Ron. I think the bundle would be a really good idea for newer players, where if in the situation you're kind of starting up new, you're trying different things, and then you see this bundle that pops up where you get, let's say, like 20 packs and 4 legendaries, right, from the newest expansion. That's honestly a lot of value, because what ends up happening is those pity timers end up taking so long to hit sometimes, for especially newer players and players who don't invest a lot of money. It ends up making it so those legendaries, even if they're not legendaries they like or legendaries they're planning on playing, it makes it so that they have access to something rather than nothing. It gives them an opportunity to maybe try something they think they would like and then end up enjoying it. For me, for example, that happened with me with Combo Priest, where I thought I would hate the deck, and then I got a golden Amit and I just jammed it. Like, it's something that once you get a card that you may not necessarily think you'll like, and you try it, you find out you may enjoy it a lot more than you expected. So I am definitely going face in the situation of a bundle like that.
All right, Diamond.
I'm gonna trade because getting, as Gordon said, some legendaries, it doesn't really do a lot. Like I started playing, I think EU like randomly, and I got one legendary, and I was like, I can't really build around. I forgot which one. It was a bad one, but I think a system we can do, as we saw with the mini set, with letting people buy bundles with gold, even if it's like a smaller bundle, or even like, say you have the deck recipes that Whizbang uses, like someone can buy that for like 2k gold or like something like that. So people can buy these decks and get legendaries, but something that's viable. Because I don't know if you guys have played the deck recipe decks. They're not the worst thing ever. They're like kind of like meta decks, just slightly worse. Like I know the Highlander Hunter that was there is like pretty close to the 30 that was brought in like Masters Tours and stuff. So I think something with using gold rather than saving your gold for free to play, right? Because that was the point that he was trying to make with like, I guess spend money, but like, yeah, I think using gold more.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. It's we won't talk about 33 upvote Reddit posts anymore here. We will instead talk about Hearthstone Esports. So, as Kel just found out a few days ago, Hearthstone Esports has been on YouTube for over a year now. um, and I don't know if you saw sorry, I'm distracted by the chat here too. I don't know if you saw the viewership numbers, but they weren't the best, to put it lightly. I think, when I was watching, it didn't go that far above like 5,000. It was, in the 4 to 5,000 range, which is not a lot of viewers, especially for a big event like Masters Tour is supposed to be. So the question I'm going to throw, or sorry, the statement I'm going to throw to you for face or trade here, and we'll start with Booze. Hearthstone Esports needs to move back to Twitch to maintain relevance. I don't know which one would be
I'm
grammatically correct.
Yeah, I honestly don't know. I'm 100% going face on this. Personally, I know that once it switched to YouTube, it became a lot less accessible to a lot of people who I know who barely kept up with the competitive scene. It's a lot less user friendly. It's just not as intuitive as Twitch is. Twitch is such a ginormous platform for streaming that a lot of people just tend to open it up and leave it in the background. Even if it's not something they're actively watching, it's not something that people really do with YouTube streams. At least from my experience and the people I know who have done it. The viewers as well, as you mentioned, I think the cap, like the highest I saw was 4,000 when I was watching. It actually averaged, when I was looking, it was around between 2 and 3, which is absolutely abysmal compared to what it was on Twitch. Granted, I personally think that's a lot more towards the actual esports structure that they're currently leading towards than the YouTube to Twitch. But I definitely don't think the YouTube Twitch switch helped them in any way, shape, or form.
I was really hoping you were going to continue with this like rhyme scheme you had for a little bit at the very end there. You let me down. Diamond.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah, I think. I'm gonna go face with this one. I think as well there is the news of ESL and Blizzard like merge. I don't really know the logistics of that, but it sounds like they're going back to Twitch once this YouTube thing expires. Hope fingers crossed, obviously, because even the viewerships numbers are bad. But like, I remember watching Worlds, and the chat was actually disgusting, and I had to hide the chat. Like, even like Twitch chat is like bad, but I found YouTube chat just it was actually just a cesspool, and I've never seen something like that before. As well with going back to Twitch, maybe Tespa gets streamed again. I know that kind of died down because someone and Casey Clark and all that shenanigans, but maybe that happens again. And just in general, I think Twitch with like the recommendations as well. Like I know when I was first getting into Hearthstone, I was like, oh, what's play Hearthstone? And there was a competitive event. I was like, oh, this is cool. I play this game and this happens. And I think it's just better than YouTube, which is cat videos and just more diverse. It's not really meant for esports events like Twitch is.
All right.
And
Uh, I think you're living a little bit in the past when you just refer to it as cat videos. But yes, I get
I'm
your
sorry.
point.
I'm trying to relate to my other cast members here.
Oh,
Oh,
Wow.
ouch.
Ron.
That was hurtful, Diamond. Truthful, but hurtful. All right, come on, man. I'm just so glad that you phrased this in such a way that allows me to go face because I am
should've-
100%
I should have
in
turned
support.
that around.
Should have made him trade.
Yeah, that would have been a nasty heel turn if you made me say trade on this one. Because, yes, absolutely, they need to move back to Twitch. They're just not getting enough viewers on YouTube compared to what they used to get on Twitch. Like, it's not even close. People prefer this platform. I mean, hey, we're maybe preaching to the choir a little bit because we're on Twitch right now, but honestly, it just fits better. YouTube is trying to do something that they don't really do all that well, and it's not really going great for them. Great for Blizzard, I guess, get more money from YouTube or whatever, but once that contract is up, it absolutely needs to be back to Twitch, back where you belong. I'll put it this way. Here's the pitch. Ditch the Twitch switch. It'll go off without a hitch.
Bitch. Corden.
I'm about to be a Batman villain and two-face this. We're going face hard. Twitch, they need to come back to Twitch, like hardcore. Being able to have, like, you had your reveal stream on Twitch and YouTube, but then you only stream your competitive stuff on YouTube. I just don't understand how you're going to have it in two different spots. It just doesn't make sense to me. And I find YouTube is super user unfriendly. Like, I literally have to type in Hearthstone and scroll down through my recommended videos to find the live channel that is Hearthstone. I can't just like them and go to the live video. Twitch is built for live. Everybody on Twitch is live other than a handful of reruns. So it's quite literally the opposite of YouTube. YouTube is rerun city. That's where it is. That's why people posting stuff like that. Twitch is literally built for live content, and I think the chat honestly is just nicer. As Diamond put, I turn YouTube chat off instantly when I look at that stuff. It just drives me insane watching it. Yeah, Twitch chat can be bad and some of those bigger ones, but I don't find it as bad during YouTube. YouTube's great. I still use the production. I watch a ton of Hearthstone guys on YouTube, but I don't watch them live. I watch their videos when they come out, when I have the time to do it. Twitch is just the better live streaming service, just flat out. That's why League of Legends puts all of their stuff here. That's why Dota is all their stuff is here. The big guys are on Twitch. They're not on YouTube because YouTube doesn't support good streaming live, flat out.
Maybe they should try Mixer. All right, we have one more question for Face or Trade, and then we're going to be cutting the bottom 2 points earners. So our final question is going to deal with THL and Masters Tour a little bit. So we're going to talk THL, we're going to talk THL prep, and the competitive scene inside of THL. So let's throw it to, actually, hold on. I always give it to the person that last. Diamond, do you want to go first or last here?
First.
First, okay. So, Diamond, face or trade. THL is the best place to prepare for pro level competition.
Base. Okay, so I have a pro team, and they're pretty good at what they do. Even right now, I'm pretty sure they're calling. Yeah, there's 4 of them in call right now, preparing for semifinals. Those guys are workhorses. I don't know if it's just my pro team, but I think in general, with the level of pro that has happened, because I don't want to hark on pro 2 seasons ago, but it kind of was just legacy with whoever you want it to be. But now you have people, I think 4 people on a team are a top 20 legend. Like, it's really competitive as well. And I know people in THL themselves prepped for the Masters together, like Kales Luna, who went 8-1, got top 16. Nejivos, who also got top 16 as well. There are 2 people in THL who got top 16 in a Master level competition. I think that says a lot about the players in THL and the preparation that is done and the level. So I think, yes, Face, it is the best place to prepare. And it's the easiest, I guess, to find like-minded individuals rather than a random Discords.
All right. Booze.
Sorry, I had to find my unmute button. I am also going to go face. Even though I did not play pro this past season, when I did play pro and when I captained pro, it's definitely a very different environment to kind of what you would expect from something like Legacy or Hero. And I think pro is the kind of the direction it's taking is definitely a step in the right direction. Because as Diamond said, there's multiple players who are top 100 legend on almost every team. Like Hype Horizon alone is an actual esports organization. Swagoi, I know there's a lot of Swagoi players playing. I don't know if they had a pro team. But I know there's a lot of. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't keep up with pro this season.
Just 2 of them.
But there's a lot of like high level caliber players in THL, and they're not. It's not like they're not going to talk to you if you send them a DM. Like if you're friendly enough with them, or if you have like a mutual with them, they're usually very happy to help. Like I know personally, like Jimmy Chu's, Kailas Luna, I've asked them multiple questions about different things in the game, and I've only literally played against them. I've never had them on my team. I've never been on a team with anyone who's been on a team with them, but they're just so friendly and so helpful, and it's definitely like such a nice change of pace to have THL. I guess have that type of environment.
All right. Jamie's, if you don't already have a group, THL is the best place. Blue. I did it again. Fuck me. Ron.
Yeah, no, it's cool. You don't need to remember my name. It's not like I've been here
It's
7 times or
so
anything.
okay. I want to explain because this is the second time I've done this tonight. Um, I had the counter I use for your point counters. They're labeled blue, red, yellow, and teal, and for some reason, every time I look at that, and maybe it's a mental thing because of like blue sombrero and like blue Spartan, and me just calling them blue. I look at yours and I just say blue instead of Ron.
Makes
Anyways,
sense.
go ahead.
Also, quick shout out to, having distinctive colors like red and yellow, and then very, very similar colors like blue and teal. Love to see it.
Hey, that's not a me.
Um,
Look at Saku.
oh, fair. Well, in that case, I retract my
Yeah,
criticism. It is the best
yeah.
decision I've ever
Criticize
seen. I
Saku.
love you, Saku. Okay, so face or trade, THL's best place to prepare for pro level competition. Absolutely, this is face. THL is awesome right now, especially when it comes to competitive level Hearthstone. And there were times before where that might have been like puffing out our chest a little bit too much or trying to overhype THL, but it's actually completely not. I mean, you can look at the list of players who did well in Masters Tour, Ironforge, and there's a lot of those players that are literally playing in THL on pro teams that are currently in playoffs. It's kind of ridiculous, like how many in the top 64 you can see, and even more that made Masters Tour, even more that have great records that didn't make Masters Tour but are doing really well in THL. And we've talked a lot so far, Diamond and Booze, about just pro series. That's not it. We have we also have actual GM play in some of our series. Like Rami is playing in Wild Bank. Yugi just recently joined our server as well in Discord. But in Wild right now, you have some of the absolute best players in all of Wild series, or in all of Wild game mode, I should say, that like regularly make like top legend Wild. And we're just talking about getting competitive in Hearthstone in general. It's not like if you're a good Wild player, you're all of a sudden going to be complete garbage in Standard. I mean, if you've paid attention to any THL series you've seen, like that's actually the cheat code for winning standard championships. Like you just get some crazy, and we fixed it now, they've kind of adjusted it, but like in the past before the PR adjustment, that was what you did. And you're just seeing incredibly competitive, high level Hearthstone play across almost every series THL has to offer. If you're new to the game, if you're trying to get competitive at Hearthstone, this is an incredible place to get your feet wet, to start learning. You have kind of all skill levels represented. We go from 5 seed 50 PR players who have basically like hardly ever played Hearthstone to like top 550 PR and like number 1 legend players occasionally that are just complete monsters at the game. We kind of have everything you could ask for in a series that tries to teach you how to get better and how to compete. If you want to enter a Master Store eventually and you don't know where to start, you can do a whole lot worse than THL.
All right. Last but not least, Gordon. You need one single good point here to tie Booze, and
Oh
2
man,
good
let's
points
hope.
to pass him, or just make 1 really good point and pass him in 1 swing. It's
There
all
you
you.
go. I'm definitely face on this one as well. Just I should get a point for that because it's just right. No, THL is honestly, when I joined, I wasn't making legend ranks when I was first playing. And not only did THL and I started playing in Pro Series. So I walked into playing against some of the hardest and best with no PR cap people. And I think one of my first games was against Jimmy Eat Shoes, and I got absolutely dominated. But they reached out and helped me afterwards, knowing that I was a new player. Now I actually do reach legend pretty much every single time, and it's just by constantly playing against better players and being exposed to better players. I've reached out into legacy. I plan on playing hero, and it's just given me more of an opportunity to branch out and improve myself. And not only that, with Wild and the way that the PR works, Wild has been absolutely crazy for people. You've got guys like Memnarch and guys like Rotted Zombie who are making top legend every time, getting their way in underneath that sneaky little PR trick and playing on some amazing PR teams as well. I think THL is definitely the best way to do it. It's so good that Pro Series I'm actually taking a break from, because I think the level of competition in Pro is so good and so strong that I know I can't compete, and I just want to get better, and I don't know if losing constantly is going to make me better. So I'm actually staying away from Pro because I know the level of competition is so strong. And as I said, or as everyone said, we've got literally people making top legend each and every month, and we also have the Iron Forge, which we just saw a handful of people do extremely well. So I think THL is definitely the best way to do it.
Okay. Ron, I have a question.
Crap.
What happened,
Wow.
bud?
This guy's trying to. What are you doing here, Ron?
Oh no.
I
Oh,
thought
no.
Booze every week, Ron. What happened?
I clicked the
late.
wrong thing. Can you take my verbal authorization that I was trying to actually give Booze the point up? I literally just clicked the wrong.
No.
Oh god.
Oh, wow. I tell you what, Ron, why don't you buy a point up and then I can throw out my tiebreaker question for them that I was gonna
Okay,
use
okay, here
before
we
you
go.
screwed over
Let's
this whole thing.
You have
let's
that many
let's red
points?
point up here again. Just
So,
an easy 20k on that to
tiebreaker
put
question because Ron
Booze's
just
total at the same.
fucked everything up. Um, okay, I'm gonna let chat decide the winner here. I want a straightforward answer. You don't have to give it a lot of explanation. Corridon and Booze. Um, you'll say Corridon, tell me first. Booze, tell me second. Um, if you if you could name the next Masters Tour WoW location, what would it be?
I can name it.
Yes, the location, like Iron Forge, right?
Oh, sorry. Like I thought you meant like where would they hold it, not like the
No,
location in.
like in WoW.
That's what I thought you meant. I was like, what?
Japan? I don't.
No.
Oh, I don't play a lot of WoW, so I don't really know. Yeah, I know. I'm kind of this tiebreaker kind of kicks me in the teeth.
You have
Um,
to use your Hearthstone integrated WoW lore
I
knowledge.
know it's gonna be a bad one. Well, the next one, just call it the Barons.
Okay.
Just support
Smart.
the new. Just support the new expansion coming out. Just call it Masters Tour Barons.
Okay. Smart. Booze.
Oh god, I wasn't ready for this one.
Mm.
I because my favorite I'm trying to remember the name of the city. My favorite WoW expansion, the one that I played the most, was Legion. So I would probably have to say Masters Tour. Why can't I remember that? Dalaran. Masters Tour Dalaran.
But
Okay. Chat gets to choose here. Which is a better answer, the Barons or Dalaran?
The Dalaran.
First
is
person to
actually-
respond is the winner here.
Justin responded.
Huh? What?
Oh, that's a curveball. Yep, Diamond. Diamond's moving on. Wow.
You said first one to type. Justin typed first.
What do you mean? You're trolling. No, Diamond? Ha, you're funny. All right. Let's see. What's our first one? Geranium. Says Barons. All right, Gordon's going through. I didn't have a better question. I'm so sorry.
Wait.
I only had this one because one of you talked about it like before the show. Otherwise, I was screwed. Anyways, first one, no, I said diamonds. Oh, whatever. Forget it. Anyways, let's move on to our last round. Before that, we're gonna kick off Booze and Diamond. Well, not kick them off. They're gonna stay here and look pretty for us, but they're just gonna be on mute. So wave your goodbyes, and we'll say hellos to you here in like 10 minutes when we come back.
We almost got there, boys.
All right. So, Booze muted for me. Thank you. All right, Ron and Corridon. Ron's looking to get his second win in a row and his third total. And then Corridon's looking to get his first win ever. So we have 3 questions in our final round, our dual rounds, and they are all THL questions, every single one of them. We have a question for you about Hero, we have a question for you about Pro, and we have a question about Wild. You can probably guess what the Wild one's going to be, but the other 2, who knows? So, your first question, your hero question. Diamond, the questions I prepped for. Sorry. Just get good. Your hero question is the following, and we're going to start with Ron because Ron is the defending champ here, and then we'll move to Corridon. Ron, for Hero Series, which is better, a bigger or a smaller series size? We are moving down to 12 this next season, meaning one single conference instead of split conferences or the 3 that we had this past season. So which is better for the Hero Series? A bigger size series, with 15, 16 or whatever, or a smaller one with like 10 to 12?
So I got to go bigger on this one here. There's a charm to having like the single conference and a whole bunch of teams because you also just get more games. And everybody likes playing more Hearthstone. That's cool. Like if you have 12 teams, you play 11 matches in the regular season, and that's more than what we had in this last regular season. But bigger, I like more, maybe because of a selfish reason, but I really enjoy at least two conferences and logos in each conference. It was something I got to do on my Heart Center show all of like this season, and it was even more fun that we had 15 teams because there were 3 conferences. So I got to put a logo for each conference leader through the 3 conferences throughout the season, and that was just fun for me. Even though it hardly ever changed for some of you conferences, orange. It was still like it's a cool thing to do, and I just like having like a little bit of conference variety. But I'd like it either way. If I had to choose, I'd still always go with bigger, though.
All right, Corridon.
I gotta say smaller. I enjoy playing a finite group. I find when you get bigger, you just get kind of lost, and 11 straight games for people can be extremely tiresome, especially if you're playing in more than one series. You just get completely uh, gassed out by having to continuously play a game, and then after a week, after week, after week, after week, it can get tiresome. Smaller, consistent pools is going to be better, and you get, I think, more of a variety of you get the big heads, I guess. As you have 2 series, you could see the 2 top teams going at it at the end of it. You don't have to wait and see them or get not to the playoffs. You want to see big playoff stories. So you want to see big teams from both conferences come together, because once you see everyone play each other, then it's just like, okay, we saw them play, we know the story, this happened, that happened. You want the big playoff story. You want to be able to paint a picture for yourself and be able to get those cool, you got everybody's a winner, like in Wild, in their massive series, and you wouldn't be able to see them going up against somebody else because you get those differentiating things. I just gotta say, bigger is not always better, Ron.
Exactly. It's how you use it.
How
Let's
you
Strong words from the 6'8" guy. Okay.
Hey. So I know firsthand, bigger is not better.
Nice.
Oh, someone clip that. All right, Corridon. Moving on to you, we're gonna talk Pro. So Pro is in semifinals currently. So the question I have for you and then to Ron is: will we see a double upset with Yashraj's Clown College versus Hyperize in finals? Diamond is boiling in his chair right now with the thought of this
Boiling in his
question.
chair. Yeah, good thing he wasn't here. I don't think we're gonna see a double upset. I don't like Yashraj Clown College. That team is playing extremely insane. Plus, those players just came off a really strong performance at Iron Forge, so they're feeling it. They're going to come out and they're going to play lights out. They got some of the best practice in throughout the entire series, that like practicing against other people trying to get into GM, and with so much on the line, with actual money on the line, there's no more serious play that you could get and more practice that you could get. So that's why I think Yashiraj has taken that one. Which I guess is an upset there, but I don't think Hyper Horizon is taken For the Boys down. I think For the Boys have been playing so strong. They've been playing absolutely lights out. And I really think it's going to come down to the bottom 2 seeds. And Dabs playing at a 7-3 is outrageously good right now. I know Liquid Ox is a fantastic player, and I'm not taking anything away from him. But right now, I think those bottom 2 seeds are looking extremely strong. And I think For the Boys is just going to cape it. They've been playing really well. Only lost their first match at the very end of Black Conference, I believe. The very last, and just missed the undefeated. So,
All right, Ron.
Yeah, it's not happening. We are not seeing this go down. We're actually going to see both of these teams lose. They will go to 5. All right, they're both going 5 games, but For the Boys is winning the title. That's going down. And honestly, I was a big supporter of Yashiraj's Clown College right up until about, I don't know, maybe 5-10 minutes ago. And I'm thinking, you know what? I'm pretty sure Popeyes is actually going to win this whole thing, because it was always going to be close. Nails, Neji, Kalis, Luna, Lumble, incredible players on Yashiraj's Clown College. And then Popeye's Spicy Chicken Sandwich, really strong team, been overperforming throughout the entire season. Basically held like the conference leader almost wire to wire in Pink Conference all season long. Honestly, Bobby X, Wet Goose, Myanodon, and Mick. Mick is like their worst player right now, and Mick is insane. I can't believe he's gone 4-7, but I think it's going to come down to one match. It's going to be tied up 2-2. I don't know how they scheduled, but I hope they schedule it this way. And it'll be the man of many names, Valera, FBM2, Reggie, whatever you want to call him, going up against Bobby X and a hard throw. I'm talking 0-3. Bobby X demolishes him. Popeyes advances. For the boys, that one's going 5, and I think, I don't know, maybe either Shep or Buck clutch it out for them, and they go on to the title.
So you don't think a team with how many of their players just like finished top 64?
all.
All?
Oh, not all. Sorry. In Iron
4 out of
Mountain,
5, right?
4 out of 5. Yeah. And I mean, right now, I think all of them are top 10 or top 5, something like that on ladder right now. So they're playing. I mean, we're halfway through the month.
Yachtrash's Clown College, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they're.
No. Like Nails, Neji, Kalis, Luna, Lumble, incredible players.
You're like, but nah, it ain't happening.
Sorry, but no. There's a reason, but no.
Hey, you know all those names that you saw in those tweets about their Masters Tour progress and how they were winning? Nah, they're not gonna happen.
Yeah.
All right, we have one more question. We're gonna start with Ron, and it's wild, and I think you already know the question. Ron, everyone's a winner or F2L Viridian?
All right. Well, everyone's favorite team of amnesiacs, F2L Viridian, is going to be doing some remembering again at the end of this season. There's nothing like making playoffs in every series and just choking once you get to the big time. Everyone's a winner is a monster team. We've known it all season. They were the number 1 team all season long. It's not changing. It never changed. It's not going to change now. F2L Viridian's all hyped for this new emote that they're going to put in the Discord. I guess get hyped for next season, or hopefully the season after, if the team members that form Everyone's a Winner don't come back, because it's not happening, guys. Everyone's a Winner is taking this whole thing like we knew from week 1. All right, it's going down. It's been foretold. It's destined. It's happening. Everyone's a Winner takes the championship easy.
All right, Corridon.
Yeah, F2L is getting a little ahead of themselves here, talking about the emote they want to put in. They're taking a hard L from Everyone's a Winner here. 6J is a 10-0 player right now. Corbett's great, but like the guy's 10-0 for a reason, and he's been playing against the best people in the entire Wild Series right now. Not to mention, I alluded to it, and I always do this. You got to look down the seed as well. Hazer is 6-1 in the 4. Like that is right there is going to be a huge decider match. And Rotted Zombie, I alluded to earlier, is a great Wild player, usually top of the leaderboards, but he's playing 6-5 right now. Hazer's coming in 6-1 and is an absolute maniac. Everyone's a winner. Just beat their opponent so bad last week that they didn't have to play the other 2 games. They just washed them out. So they literally beat them 12-2. They didn't have to take it any further. Sea of Cheese is a great team as well, but they just said, no. We want to get 3 and we want to be done with you. And Viridian, they had to play 4 games. Come on, you had to play 4 games. That's greater than 3. Imagine having to play 4 games and not 3. No, I'm just playing. But I really do think everyone's a winner. Will be taking this one. That team is outrageously strong. They're all above 50 right now. I know Viridian is a 50-50 with Itachi, but everyone's a winner. It says it in the name, guys.
Good point. But F2L forgot to lose. What's gonna happen? What happens when everyone's a winner and then some people forget to lose? All
That's
right.
true.
Well, with that, Clarity coming in with the last second point down, but it didn't matter anyways. Corridon is our winner. Ron, your finals win rate's looking as bad as F2L's playoff win rate right now. How's it feel?
Let me do some quick math here on this. I have made finals 100% of the time, won finals 28%. Let's go. Staying on brand.
Beautiful.
Nice job, Corridon. Well played.
Thanks, man.
Beautiful. All right, Corridon, you have the floor. Talk about whatever you want to talk about. This is your time to shine.
All I gotta say is thanks to the other guys for coming. Ron, a pleasure as always. Diamond, it was great. And Booze, whatever happened there, I'm glad you're back here, man. And that imposter is gone. That's the weirdest thing ever. I'm looking forward to the Pro Series, and I'm really looking forward to Wild getting played, and Battlegrounds start this week, guys. So Friday,
Yes.
Battlegrounds starts up. So if people aren't that interested, that's okay. But if you are, come join us. Fridays and Sundays at, I believe, 9 Eastern is when those are being streamed. So come out, come enjoy it. And yeah, it was a blast. I'm very happy. It came down to the wire there, but I am a 50% show and I am a 50% finals. So pick me every time.
There you go. And that'll do it right there. Let's give Diamond the old unmute and Booze the old up. They muted themselves as well as me muting them. So, Booze, Diamond, welcome back.
Hello.
Hello. Diamond looks like he had some things on his mind as we were talking there.
Yeah, I'm glad of some of the points you guys made. You guys went the way I thought you would, and you did, so I'm happy.
Oh, all right. He did love Destiny, but he was removed right before the IP question. No, he wasn't. He was in for the IP question. The IP question was the
Yep.
second question. Yeah, I tried my best to think of a way to fit in a Legends of Runeterra kind of related question. I really couldn't think of one. So
It's okay.
It didn't happen.
It'd be like that. It'd be like that.
It'd be like that. Anyways, we have Battlegrounds starting this Friday at 9 o'clock. So week 1 Battlegrounds starts. We have 12 teams this season, just like last season, but we have a couple of really, really out there strength teams coming in. So make sure to tune in for Battlegrounds Friday. Tomorrow we have Hearth Center at 9 o'clock. Wednesday we have Tavern Talk at 9 o'clock. You can assume that everything starts at 9 o'clock pretty much. It's a good assumption to just live by. If it's a THL stream, go by 9 o'clock. Octathlon, if you're interested in participating, there's info about that in the main Discord, in the announcements channel. You probably have to scroll up a little bit, but there's information, or you could just ping somebody. Shut up, Justin. And yeah, that's it. Ron, Booze, Corden, Diamond, anything you want to say before we head out?
Excited
Thanks for having me.
Everyone at once.
Yeah, just
all at
I
once.
kind of miss fake booze. You know.
Yeah, I truly
fake booze
don't
is
know
great.
what happened.
Shout out
Yeah.
to fake booze.
If Chad can figure out who fake
But this
Booze
is fun, guys.
I feel like someone. Okay, I really want to know though, because like there were like, I think at the beginning when Fake Booze was on, there was like maybe 12-ish to 14 people at that point watching, and like I know for a fact that at least one of these people have heard the voice of Fake Booze, and no, it is not Buse, B-U-S-E.
No.
Correct.
So it actually blew. I figured that people would have known who it was immediately, just because I know he gets in voice in lots of other servers. So it threw me for a loop when everyone just assumed that was actually you and your voice. We could have done that
Did a
the
solid
entire show.
impression.
Pretty sure fake booze would have won though.
Yeah.
Probably.
Fake booze totally would have won.
I was scared.
Fake
I was
Booze
scared
probably
of
would have
Booze.
won.
Do we just leave it like that? Do we just leave it at this? Like, don't tell chat who that was. We just say this.
Yeah.
was
Oh
Fake
yeah,
Booze?
yeah. No,
They can figure it out
can't.
themselves.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't actually know. We
Yeah,
thought
we
it was.
don't know who it is.
It's
Yeah.
the
I saw a
classic.
dinosaur.
It's the classic Dragon Ball Z. Find out next time on Around the Saloon.
Yes, or
Yep.
or not, because Booze won't be back because he lost. So, anyways, with that, we will talk to you next week. We're actually, I need to look at our schedule. Next week might be our last week until the next season starts. So we might be entering season finale next week, but I have to check that. So that's a possibility. You might be without us for a little bit after next week. Anyways, have a great night. We'll talk to you in 7 days' time. Wave goodbye. I'm not ending it till you wave goodbye. Ron?
Oh shit. Bye everybody.
Booze? Booze?
I'm doing the peace sign. What you want from me?
I said wave. I'll sit here all. Thank